folks, Species 7 here, and welcome back. I have a new game to show you today. This is another in the sort of crafting survival type mode that has become so popular of late. And this is called TUG, which could possibly stand for 30 Unruly Gorillas, but in fact stands for The Unfinished Game. Yeah, I don't know if that would have been my first choice. But there you go. It is a rather neat crafting survival game. There's my dude with the glowing eyes. I'm not sure exactly what sort of race we're supposed to be, but not entirely human by the looks of things. So there we go. It is a beautiful environment, mostly destructible. I don't think I can quite break anything this big yet. Oh, perhaps I can. So there you go. Using my rock hammer, I have broken all of this down. And once you break something, you can pick up all the pieces. Okay, my inventory is full. And there is quite a variety of bits and bits in this game. As you can see, this is all stuff that I've collected. If we look at my inventory, let's set some more stuff down here. Stack of leaves. What else we got in here? I've got some vines, I've got some sticks, I've got some rocks. Building is quite easy. You can, for instance, those chunks of rock that I just picked up out of that last one. If we come over here, we'll find that we can, in fact, place them down and quite easily form a rock wall. Right? Pretty cool. The other thing about it, ooh, there's an apple on the ground, yum. You do have hunger to worry about. Now that I have my apple in my hand, if I click on it, you'll see the little blue bar just went back up to full. You actually get pretty hungry pretty quick. But this is, at heart, a crafting survival. So, what about the crafting? Well, let's get some basic things going on here, shall we? Give me some of this, and one of these. No. Crafting's really simple. You need either a flat rock, such as this, a crafting bench, which you can build, or, nicely enough, simply a flat space on the ground. And then what we do is, okay, it's going to give me that rock. Chuck it on the ground. For instance, if we take that flat rock and then we add one of these sticks and then we add a vine, hit our crafting button, which by default is G, and you see that little bar come up. We've now built ourselves an axe, and an axe will cut down sticks and plants and trees, etc., etc., etc. So that's kind of cool. A stone hammer is made exactly the same way, but instead we would use one of these types of rocks. So you can throw that down, throw one of those down, and a vine. Craft her all up, and you get a stone hammer. Now, to be honest with you, at this point the recipes are fairly limited. I think there's probably less than 20 items that can be crafted, but there is more than enough to survive. There is a pet system in the game, which I haven't run into yet because you have to actually find one of the critters. You know, and those are evolvable. You can evolve them into mounts or another thing called a guardian, right? There are also weapons that you can build. If we take, let's see. Well, I'm going to actually build something a little different here. Let's put that on the ground. Let's put that on the ground. Let's put this on the ground. Combine. We have a hoe. So let's equip our hoe. Shall we? There we go. And a hoe will allow you, oops, to create tilled land. Because you can also farm in this game. Now, I have a little section of land tilled. What you need to do now is find one of these flat rocks, or again, if you have a workbench, because I don't believe this particular thing can be done on the ground. So, if I place an apple there, and then go back and craft, what it will give me is an apple core. Nice thing about an apple core is it's plantable as long as you have tilled land. So if we go back to our little, there it is, spot of tilled land, and plant our apple, there we go. Look at that. See it growing and growing and growing. Now depending, I think you have to actually have a 5x5 square of garden to fully grow a tree. But there you go, the first stage is incredibly fast, and although it's kind of hard to see, it is still growing just at a very slow rate. And if I expand our garden, oops, yes, I actually need to do a little gardening. You can hear, possibly you can, I can at any rate, hear the goat in the background. You can hunt critters for food. You can also, as I said, make pets of various critters. And there are certain processes to go through, some of which are in place, some of which not so much. And again, this is a very early alpha access, so how about we get a little more light for our torch? Can we do that? I'm not sure that I have everything I need. But, what do we got here? I guess we'll need to chuck a couple of things on the ground. How's my health meter? Alright, I could probably do with actually eating some of these. There we go, that'll clear up a little space. I need one of those. And I need to take my hammer, find another rock. The scenery here is beautiful, and it has a fully functional day-night cycle. I'm not sure about a weather cycle. I haven't run into one yet. Harvesting resources is pretty simple. That's my hoe, that's a straight rock. I think if I take my axe and give this bamboo tree a whack, it knocks it down, and you can cut it up, and you get your bamboo sticks. If I use my hammer, then I can come up to things like this rock, give it a smack, poof, and it will break into all of its components. In this case, I get some building blocks, I get what's called a round rock. Oh, I guess my inventory is full again. I get gravel, and I get a hatchet head. However, like I said, apparently my inventory is once again full. So, One, I need one more of those. So, I think I'm just going to simply place that chunk of mud there because I don't really want it. And why is my inventory still full? Is it crazy, man? Crazy. There we go. Because I do want one more of these. Perfect. Let's go back over to our camp where there's some light. And I'll show you guys how to build something that you probably want pretty much right away because she do get dark out here. And that is a torch. There's a couple different types of torches you can make. There's this nice big guy that gives off lots of light, which is what I'm going to show you guys how to make. And then there's the little guy. The only difference between them, the little guy, you use one of these little fork sticks. The big guy, you want one of these big monkey chunky sticks. So, we want one of those rocks. We want... another of these rocks. Okay. Now, we need this guy. And if we craft those, we will get, boom, voila. Let's pick that up, and you can walk around with it, and it will, of course, provide a light source for you. Or, you can do what I did here, plant it. Oop, there we go. And you'll have a stable torch that will sit there and burn to your heart's content. Very nice. Let's go to these, and I will continue my rock wall. That's simple. There you go. And as I said, it is a beautiful, outstanding little world. I think that I might have let's have a look here. There we go. That's what I want, is that guy. And I think I need a stick. There we go. Now let's throw... That might not be the right rock, I'm not sure. We need a stick. We need a vine. Nope, that is not the right rock. Oh, of course I can see that it's not the right rock now that I've actually got it up in my hand. I was going to build a spear, but I think I might be missing a rock. Let's jog over here. Ah, here it is. This is where I broke this other one up. Did I get one here? I don't think I did, actually. But by breaking up larger boulders, you have the chance of getting what's called a Canine Tooth. A Canine Tooth will allow you to start building some weapons. Looks like again I didn't get one. That's alright. You just break enough materials, you will eventually find all the bits and pieces you want. Nice thing, this stuff doesn't disappear. When you set things on the ground like that, they will actually stay. The only thing that seems to despawn... No, my inventory's full. Is if you have a fruit tree... And let's just zip back over to my camp. You'll see all the stuff I've been throwing here in piles is still here. It's not because it's in any particular space. But if you come across a fruit tree like this, if it drops a piece of fruit, the fruit will eventually despawn. On the tree, it won't. In your inventory, it won't. Right? But so far, that's the only thing. And that apparently is because they are going to be implementing a actual sort of decay system, right? So, as we can see, our little tree is getting bigger. And if you put your cursor on it, it's really slow, but you will see that it is in fact growing. Okay, here we are. See, this apple tree has dropped an apple. That will eventually despawn. And there's my hoe, my axe. This is where you get vines, is any sort of leafy plants. You see, gave me a big leaf and gave me vines, which are super important. Right, just like that. And as I say, pretty much everything, at least after a certain point, is destructible with the right tool. There you go. Ah, there's what I wanted. That is what I wanted. Right there. Perfect. Now, see if we can't make ourselves a weapon. Do I have everything else I need? I believe I do. So, let's now take... Oh, it's still in our hand, so let's put it on the ground. Let's take that and put it on the ground. And let's take one of these, put it on the ground. Do I not have that right yet? A wood spear, a vine, a canine tooth, and a hardwood shaft. That should actually be doing it. Now, I know I can build one out of bamboo as well. So let's try that. And it doesn't seem to want to give it to me. That's really weird. That is the right type of... let's chuck that down. Oh, I still have that other one in my inventory? Maybe not. Where did you go, man? Vine? Chuck that down. And our funny looking rock, it's this guy. Let's chuck that down. Well, I'm not sure why that's not working, because according to their wiki, it should. A hardwood shaft, yeah, that should, go away, apple. Well, at any rate, that is, according to the wiki, the, yeah, how you make one of those. Oh well, try that again later. But there you are, that's the basics of it. It is a beautiful game, too. I mean, for... you know, another sort of voxel-based, if you will, with a completely destructible environment, etc., etc. That should give us just a couple of sheets of bamboo. That would give us more. Yeah, you can wander through the environment. Like I say, there are critters, there are things called golems. Here's a tree worth taking down. And these are important. And let's chop that, chop this up, and you'll see you get a whole variety of wood, including building type. So, these are very important. These, what they call chopped wood, these are going to allow you to build your fire pit. Here's another piece for the large torch, as well as a few others. There's the forked ones for your tools. So yeah, there's some very important and easily gathered resources in this game. There you go, there's a whole pile of resources from 2 trees. Now, I don't think you can break up one of these. No. These flat rocks, the crafting type rocks, no, you can't actually break those. There's a goat over there. and had we successfully crafted that spear, we could hunt him. Unfortunately, we didn't. So, but there you go, guys. I wanted to give you a look at this. Again, it is in early alpha, so do keep that in mind. What you see here is going to change. The other thing you might want to know about it is this game. Now, these guys have written Nerd Kingdom, by the way, are the developers. They have written their own game engine. And what that means to you and me is basically... Oh, there's a goat again. Oh, that's not really what I meant to do. How about we eat this apple? Perfect. Now, boop, pick my rock back. They have their own game engine for this. What that means to you or I is the game engine they're using, or that they have developed, I should say, runs in DX11. So unless you are running a video card that's capable of DirectX 11, I'm afraid the game will be actually unplayable. It will not even start unless you do have a DirectX 11 video card, and etc., right? Everything that goes along with that. So that's something to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind, and I'm not going to say this game is, much different, is there's sort of a trend with games that use the survival moniker. And that is, they seem to, well, quite frankly, not really have a goal. And this game kind of suffers from the same thing. It's really neat. I mean, it's by far the prettiest of the survival games. But just like so many others, and this seems to be the most popular vein, but like so many others, there's not really a goal. Like, survival kinda... A lot of game developers think, or seem to feel, that that's goal enough. But so far, of all the ones I've tried, and I have tried a lot, everything from the forest to 7 days to how to survive, etc., although how to survive is a little different because it has less of a sandbox and more of a quest oriented. But they all, you don't really do much other than survive, and once you've got that sort of down, there's not really a whole lot you can do past that. No, you're just not going to let me craft that, are you? So, oh, look, as you can see, the little tree we planted, although it's not bearing fruit yet, it is darn near full grown. So there you are, that's kind of cool. But that's been our look at TUG. As I say, expect it to change. It is very early alpha at this point. They're, I'm sure, going to be adding more crafting recipes to it. It's an absolutely gorgeous game. And, well worth checking out. If you want to wait till it's a little more fleshed out, that's understandable. Certainly. Beyond that, it is certainly playable if you have the gear to run it. But, there you go. This has been, I just keep chopping things, it's quite addictive. So, but yeah, that's been our look at TUG. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you'd like to see a little bit more of it, I can show you how to craft pretty much all of the recipes that are in it now, although why that recipe isn't working, perhaps it's changed or something since the wiki. Because I've noticed quite a few of the things on that wiki are actually from fairly old versions comparatively to the game. So, yeah, I've got bamboo from one end of the forest to the other. It actually just helps me find the area. So, but there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Species 7 with another early access game. Quite a neat one. And till next time, well, take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now.